Awesome. We'll get started. So if you are choosing to use the 1 or 2 kilo handweights, like I said, not needed, but you can use them if you want. Just pop them at the front of the mat like I have, and we'll use them in a second. We're going to start a little bit differently today. So we're going to start on our hands and knees in a 4-point kneeling position, making sure that your wrists are under your shoulders and your knees are under your hips. So we'll just start with some cat-cows to get comfortable. Tuck your chin into your chest, arch your back all the way up, and then reverse that movement. Let's just do a few of these. Remembering that I will always add progressions for exercises. So depending on how you're feeling, take the progression. If anything's uncomfortable, take the easier option, or just jump into a stretch if that exercise isn't for you. All right, from here, let's just come to a nice neutral back. So our back should be nice and flat. Remembering that we're not letting that chest sink down, we're pushing ourselves away from the mat. We're going to start with a few belly pumps. So as you inhale, you'll expand your belly if you're trying to make yourself look bloated. And as you exhale throughout your mouth, you draw the belly up towards the spine away from the mat. Inhale, belly expands. Exhale. Belly draws up away from the mat. Still keeping that rib cage drawing down, so not flaring the rib cage. While we're here, just remember to sway your body weight back a little bit so you get not too much pressure through your wrists. At any point, if it's uncomfortable, you can come up onto your fists, so you have a nice neutral wrist. Or depending on the hand weight, you can also, if you do have a hand weight, you can hold on to the hand weights as well. It can be a little bit more comfortable. If the hand weight is big enough. Let's just continue with those breaths. Hold that abdominal contraction. Next time you exhale, think about drawing that pelvic floor up as well, as if you're stopping yourself from going to the toilet. We'll just exhale and hold that abdominal contraction. Change your breathing into your chest, so now the belly's not expanding in and out. Your chest is expanding a little bit. We're going to lift one hand out by our side, and we're going to do WYTs. So again, transfer your weight back so you're not heavy in that resting wrist. You're going to shoot your arm straight out in front of you to create a Y. Circle it around just to your shoulder to create a T, and then bend the elbow to make a W. So you're going Y, T, W. Continue with this. You can use a hand weight here if you want. Make it a little bit more harder through your shoulders. I'm just going to sit up to show you the movement in this direction. You're obviously going to stay in that 4-point kneeling. A bit of a diagonal as you go out to create the Y. Circle around to the shoulder blade to create the T. Bend the elbow to create the W. Keep doing this. If you feel this through your shoulder blade on that arm that's moving, you obviously will feel it through the arm that's stabilizing as well. If you want to make it a little bit more challenging from here, what you'll do is you'll lengthen out the opposite leg just to make it a little bit harder to stabilize using those abdominals a little bit more. And then if you really want to challenge yourself, you'll lift that back leg and you'll hold the lift. Keep drawing that belly button up, slightly rolling that shoulder blade down and back. If that leg is lifted, squeezing through the glutes, let's go for 2, last 1, and relax. Just shake your wrist out and then we'll do the other side. You can just pop the arms straight out in front of you, fingertips down to the mat, and then apply some overpressure if you like. And then you can also lift up there. Find the palms facing away from the body. And just roll those wrists out again. Good. Setting up other side. Transfer the weight back. push yourself away from the mat and lift that opposite hand to create the W to start. When you're ready, going into the Y, T, back down to the W. Want to make sure that that chin stays gently tucked in, so we have a nice long neck. You should be just looking straight down. Extending that opposite leg if you want to make it a little bit harder. Drawing up to the belly every time you exhale. Good, just a few more here. Transfer your weight back, getting a little bit heavy through the wrist. Pushing the mat away. Last 3, 2, and last 1. And relax. Give those wrists a shake out again for me. From here, we're going to move to a side lying position. You can prop yourself up with your hand if you like, or you can lie all the way down, whatever's most comfortable. If you have a hand weight, grab it here as well. Just place that hand weight in front of you. We're going to start in knees bent. So heels are in line with your body as if you were against a brick wall. Waist is long and your hips are stacked. From here, we're just going to lengthen out that top leg, making sure that that ankle, hip, and shoulder are in line. From here, just lifting and lowering that top leg to start. Keeping that waist long as we lift and lower. Just slowly start to make them a little bit bigger. Keeping that knee nice and straight. From here, keep going with the lift and lowers. If you've got the hand weight, grab onto it. If not, just take that arm out nice and long overhead. Good. Last lift and hold. This time we're going to bend the elbow and the knee so they touch. Then you're going to extend out nice and long again. Knee and elbow bend. Squeeze the glute, that leg comes back in line with your body. The arm presses overhead. You want to add in some breathing. You inhale, tap. Exhale, everything comes out long. Awesome. Keeping that leg lifted as you extend it out nice and long. Reaching through the toes. Good. Last one, extend out nice and long and hold. This time you're going to drop that arm just so it's out in front of you, your palms facing down to the ground. We're going to go into some sweeps here, a little bit of a test of coordination. As you sweep your leg forward, your arm sweeps back, so just over your body. And as you sweep your leg back, your arm sweeps out in front of you. So leg sweeps forward, arm sweeps back, leg sweeps back, arm sweeps forward. The breath is going to match the leg. So as you sweep your leg forward, inhale, exhale as that leg sweeps back. Same arm movement, regardless of if you have the weight or not. Keeping that waist long, that leg lifted. Good. Draw the ribcage down as you exhale. The weight gets too much at any point, just drop it. Last one. Good. From here, drop the weight. Just lift and lower again with the legs. Just to finish off, little lifts and lowers. Good. Let's go for 2, 1, lift and hold. Good. Just holding for 10 seconds here. Try and keep it as lifted as you can. You want to keep it to the point where you feel the most tension through that glute. Good. We're halfway there. Last 2, 1, and relax down. All right, from here, we'll go into a reclined stretch. So just sitting up and then resting back onto your hands. That glute that we just used will stretch. So taking that ankle, crossing it over the opposite leg. You can do little rocks if you want. I like to rock, but you don't have to. You can just hold that stretch. If you want to make it a little bit more intense, you'll walk your hands into your body a little bit more. So you're sitting in a more upright position. From here, we're going to go into ab rollout. So just drop that leg down, sit all the way up. Our feet will be roughly hip distance apart. Hands will go straight out in front of you, palms down or palms facing in, whatever's most comfortable for you. Just give those shoulders a gentle roll back. So you don't want to be hunching through here yet. You want to be in a nice long position from top of your head down to your tailbone. From here, we're going to create a big C curve with our back. So you're going to kind of let your rib cage fall down like you're curling. And then you're slowly going to roll yourself back as you inhale, keeping that nice C curve, just going as far as you can. Exhale, roll up. Inhale, let that rib cage drop, roll back. Exhale, sit all the way back up. Still want to stay nice and long through the arms as you roll down. Think about digging your heels into the ground. As you roll up, you still want to hold that C curve as if you're doing an ab curl until you get to the very top, and then you lengthen back out. So try to hold that C curve even as you curl up as if you're doing an ab curl. Do 2 more here. For the last one, you're going to roll all the way down. All the way down. And relax your head onto the ground, hands are by your side. From here, we're going to go into some glute bridges and then some abdominals. We won't be here for too long before we swap sides for our other side glute. Starting with some glute bridges, so just squeeze through the glutes, tuck the tailbone under gently, slowly roll it off one vertebra at a time, and then slowly roll back down. So going nice and slow here. Focusing on squeezing both of those glutes nice and evenly and pushing through the ground nice and evenly with your feet as well. Still want that rib cage to be drawing down gently, just so we're not arching through the lower back as we curl up. Good. All right, last one. Curl your body up and hold. From here, just shuffle one leg in just a little bit. Transfer your weight to that leg that you just wiggled in slightly. We're going to do 5 leg slides on each side. So what you're going to do is just one leg, slide it out just as far as you can. And slide it back in for 1. Slide that leg out and back in for 2. Keep those hips nice and high. We have 3 more. We're going nice and slow. Keep squeezing through that glute. Last one. And return that leg. Good. From here, if you can hold that glute bridge, do. Otherwise, roll down and reset. Wiggle that leg a little bit in. Transfer your weight and start with your leg slide on the other leg. Sliding out for 1. Back in. Good. Exhale, slide out. Inhale to bring it back in. Good. Last one. Return to that glute bridge and slowly roll down. Tug those knees into your chest. Little circles. Now's a good chance to grab a drink. Good. From here, we're going to go into some ab curls. What we're going to do is take those legs up to the ceiling. So knees are nice and straight, toes are pointed towards the ceiling. Just starting with some single leg lowers here. So what you're going to do as you exhale, just one leg lowers down, just as far as you can control, remembering that we don't want that lower back to lift off the mat. Inhale back up. Exhale, lower the other leg. Inhale, lift it back up. Belly button draws down as the leg lowers. Using our hip flexors a little bit here as well. So as you draw that leg back up to the ceiling, think about drawing your thigh bone in towards the socket, as if you're trying to make your leg shorter. Keep that chin gently tucked in, nice and relaxed in the shoulders and the chest. If you want to make it a little bit harder, you'll interlace your hands, pop them behind your head, and as you curl up, one leg lowers, you'll lower your body down as that leg returns. Exhale, curl up, leg lowers, inhale back down. If the leg lowers get too much, you can just do the ab curls and hold the legs up towards the ceiling. You're choosing if you just want to do the ab curls, or if you just want to do the leg lowers, or you want to combine the two. Let's go for 4, 3, point through the toes, 2, last one, and lower down. Keep those hands interlaced behind your head, but relax those legs down. This time we're going to just go into an ab curl and hold. From here, we're going to move our hands to there beside us, reaching through the fingertips. We're just going to pulse those hands up and down, holding the ab curl. Good. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to keep holding this. If you want to make it a little bit harder, you'll take those legs back up to the ceiling and continue pulsing. The option there, though, is to have those legs down. Keeping your chin tucked into your chest, looking at your knees. Good. Curl those shoulder blades up a little bit higher for the last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Keep curling. 2, 1, and relax down. Good. Take those legs down if they weren't already, and just windscreen wipe for the legs. Knocking them off to the side, and then rotate to the other side. From here, we're going to be doing this same motion with the legs, but we're going to take them into tabletop. So remembering that we want to imprint the spine, so gently draw the belly down, tap the pelvis as if you're trying to tap your pubic bone towards your belly button just a little bit. Take those hands out wide by your side. Good, and your palms are facing up to the ceiling, legs are in tabletop, hugging those knees and feet together. We want to make sure that those knees aren't too close to our chest, so take them out, making sure that they're in line with our hips and that those shins are parallel to the ceiling. So a nice 90-degree angle at the hip and also at the knee. This time what you're going to do is you'll inhale, rock your knees to one side just as far as you can control. Exhale, using your side of your weights to bring those knees back up to the center. As you rock up to the side, obviously one hip is going to lift. We want to make sure that both shoulder blades stay in contact with the ground. So only rocking as far as you can control. Opposite rib cage brings you, opposite side of your rib cage, sorry, brings you back up towards the center. Inhale, rock to one side as far as you can. Exhale, belly draws in. Use the side of your waist. Keeping those knees over their hips, making sure that they're not creeping too far towards your chest. Good. One more each side. And then hug those knees into your chest. Little circles. Separate those knees a little bit here. And from here, we're going to roll onto the other side to do our opposite root in that side lying position. So if you have your hand weight, bring it with you to place it on the other side of your mat. Lying on your side. Remembering that we want everything to be nice and stiff. Good. Taking that leg out nice and long. Get started. Knee straight and that toe is pointed. Feel like someone's pulling you through the toe and you're reaching long. Starting with little lifts and lowers. We're using that side of your glute to lift and then lower. Keeping those hips stacked. Last two. Last one. Lift and hold. Grab onto your hand weight. Take your arm overhead. Palm facing towards the camera. Bend the knee, the elbow so they touch or they get as close as they can. And then shoot both of them out nice and long. Good. Using your abdominals as those arms and legs come out. You don't want to overextend through the back. Just the arms and legs that move. Rib cage draws down, belly draws in. Exhale. Make sure that that knee stays lifted as you bring it in. You don't want to be tucking down here. You want to stay open. Breathing through the mid glute. Take a look down towards your ankle. See if that leg is in line with your hips. last two, last one. Good. From here, take that top arm so that it's in line with your shoulder, palms facing down. Inhale, sweep the leg forward, sweep back just so it's hovering over our body. Exhale, leg goes back, arm comes forward. Going to make sure the arm comes forward, that it's stopping at shoulder height. We don't want to sweep it forward all the way. It's just in line with the shoulder. Good. Those hips are staying stacked. Imagine someone's popped a steak or something through them and they're not moving. Not too much longer here. Keep that leg lifted, keep the arm lifted. Last two, last one, sweep the leg back, drop the hand weight, pulses up and down, or lifts I should say, they're a little bit bigger than a pulse. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, lift and hold for 10 seconds. Good, reaching through the foot, halfway so you can lift the leg a little bit more. Last 5, or not 5, last 3, 2, 1, and relax down. Good, all right, stretching this glute now in that reclined position that we did before. Also, good time to grab a drink. From here, what you're going to do is going to drop that leg down, roll it onto a 4-point kneeling position again for some push-ups. So we have options where we can be for these. You can just be in a 4-point kneeling position and you can drop down that way. Those elbows are going wide today. Otherwise, you can walk your legs out slightly just so there's a little bit more tension through your abdominals. It'll make it a little bit harder, and then you can drop down that way. So picking if you want to start with your knees under your hips, or if you want to walk them out slightly so you're in more of a half plank position. Take those hands slightly wider than shoulder width apart. Again, making sure that you're not sinking through the chest. Drawing the belly button up, those elbows going out wide today. Obviously, we don't want them to come out on a 90-degree angle, so still making sure that they're coming out in like a 45 or a 50-degree angle. You're slowly going to dip down as far as you can. You can tap your nose, awesome, and then push yourself away from the ground. Good, lowering down, 3, 2, 1, a nice sharp push up. So being in whichever position is more comfortable, the further those legs are away from the body, the more challenging it is. Good, lowering 3, 2, 1, and push up. Good, feeling it through our chest. Really important that we're nice and rigid through our abdominals as well though. Our abdominals are on, it makes it a little bit easier to push up. You should feel like you're in a plank position. Go for 3 more here. Slow down, fast up. Last 2. And last 1. And relax. Okay. All right, just sit your bottom over your heel, stretch out that chest. So what you can just do, take those Hands behind your back, interlace your hands and reach long this way. Add a bit of a forward lean if you want to as well. Think about squeezing the shoulder blades, opening up through the chest. Even stretch the neck here, just relax the hands down and take your head to one side. And then the other should feel it up through the upper track, so from the neck into the shoulder. All right, from here, we're going to finish standing. So for this exercise, you guys can use your hand weight again if you want to use them. And you can be, like me, if your mat's really squishy, you can step off your mat so you're on like a hard floor. So what we're going to do, with or without the hand weights, I'm going to start in a nice and wide position. So take your legs out nice and wide, your feet are turned out, and you're going to be in a slight squat position. Those arms will come out to the side. Good. From here, you're going to turn one leg in, so the knees facing one way. Then you're going to bring those arms together, almost like a lunge position. Then you're going to open everything back out wide. You'll turn one foot in the other way. Hands come together. Feel that arm open, leg comes out wide. Obviously, the lower you are in that squat position, the more challenging it's going to be for the legs. Don't tire yourself out too quick though, because there's going to be a little bit more add-on to this. The weight gets too much at any point, feel free to drop it, focusing a little bit more with the legs. Good. Make sure you rotate that whole body around as well, and then open everything back up. Good. All right, one more either side. All right, from here, what you're going to do is those arms are up overhead. Tip the body forward and drop the leg. And then come back up. Dropping the knee and back up. I'm going to start to add arms here. So as you come back up, the arms come down. As you lunge, the arms come up. See if you can tap that leg down to the ground. If you can't, that's okay. We're also going to add a little bit of movement through the back too. So this time, as you drop the knee down, the arms come up, your back straightens. Good. And then as you straighten the back leg, your chest tips forward. So you want to almost think that you've got a nice long diagonal line as the leg straightens. And then as you bend that back leg, it's a nice straight vertical line. Good. Feeling this mainly through the front leg here. Tapping the knee down as far as you can into that lunge. Good. All right, getting tired. 3 more. Last 2. Last 1. And come all the way back up, shake it out. All right, I'm going to go on to the other side. I think I'm going to pop my arm weights down for this one. We're going to start with 4 of the third exercise. So 4 of these. Make sure that you're starting the right way. And then going into our lunges. When you're ready, legs are out wide, arms are out long. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. All right, we're going to bend that back leg. Body straight, arms come up. Straighten the back leg, arms come down. Nice diagonal line from our base of our skull down to our ankle. Good. Bend the knee, straighten the knee. really pushing through that front leg here. That's where we're going to feel it all. Going nice and slow. Good job. So 4, 3, 2, and last one. And stand all the way back up. Good, shake it out. From here, we'll go into a few stretches to finish, and then we're all done. So starting with a hip flexor stretch, I think is a good idea. So just in the kneeling position, doesn't really matter which side to start with. One leg comes out in front, tuck the tailbone under, long through the crown of the head, and just slowly lunge forward. Coming in and out of the stretch if you need. Making it a little bit more dynamic. Good, all right, let's go deep into that lunge. From here, place your hands on the inside, so where your big toe is. Lunge forward a little bit more. Good. From here, what you're going to do is you're going to take the outside hand, so the hand that's furthest away from that front leg, and you're going to open up. Good, keep lunging through that leg. And drop the hand down. Do a little bit deeper lunge if you can, and open back up. And back down. Coming all the way back up. Swapping legs. Starting with that hip flexor stretch. Squeeze at the glutes. Want to make sure that you're not arching too far from the back. Good. All right, from here, nice deep lunge. Take those arms down. You can hold here if you like. I'm just going to take that outside arm and lift it up. Rotating open through the spine. And closing back down. Do a bit of a deeper lunge and hold. And opening up again. And coming back down. From here, keep your hands where they are. Just take that leg back, knees together. Knees out wide, sit your bum over your heels, and just reach long through the hands. We'll finish with a child pose here. Good place to just catch your breath or recenter your breath. So taking a nice big deep breath in through the nose, fill the belly with air, and then exhale through the mouth. Don't need to worry about contracting through the abdominals at the moment. Just letting all that air escape through the mouth. Reaching long through the fingertips. Close your eyes here. So again, you're welcome to stay in the stretch here if you like. But we are all done for today's class. So thank you for joining in. I hope you feel nice and stretched, but also nice and worked out. And I'll see you again soon.